If you're a PC gamer, then you know that having a monitor sitting on your desk is just space wasted. A good sturdy monitor arm goes a long way, and given how expensive a swanky, high refresh rate ultra-wide monitor can cost, you're going to want one you can trust. I'm Ron Burke, Editor-in-Chief for GamingTrend.com, and today we're going to unbox the Huanuo Titan Lift and take a closer look. Can you trust this monitor arm to keep your precious display safe? Let's find out. Taking it out of the box, it's immediately obvious that this is a very high-quality monitor arm. The main components are heavy-duty aluminum alloy. You can see from the connection point how thick the arms are. This is considered a heavy-duty mount, so it can handle anywhere from a 27-inch to a massive 49-inch ultra-wide and curved monitor. It can hold up to 35 pounds, which is more than almost any modern monitor I'm aware of. Even the mighty G9 from Samsung, with a whopping 49-inch diagonal and 21-inch high measurement, weighs in at 34 pounds. It also weighs in at almost $1,400, so having a mount capable of handling that safely is impressive. You can see that there are two mount options. We'll cover those in a second here, but the parts are both made from sturdy and heavy-duty aluminum. Last but not least is this flexible VESA mount. It can accommodate either a 75 by 75mm mount or a 100 by 100mm mount, so it'll handle just about any monitor on the market. The instructions are very clear, though you really won't need them. That said, they do cover the two different mounting options, the C-clamps and the grommet mount. These are important as they'll form the basis of how you lock this device to your desk, so make sure you pick the right connection method for your desk's thickness. I'll be using the two included heavy-duty C-clamps to lock this down. You can see that the locking mechanism slips off to make it easier to mount. With 3 connection points to the broad base on each side and an extra long clamp arm, it'll handle desk thicknesses all the way up to 3.35 inches thick with the grommet mount, or 3.15 inches thick with these C-clamps. That's thicker than the standard butcher block style desks by quite a bit, so you should be able to mount this to just about anywhere and have it locked down firm and stable. I really like the locking mechanism for the clamps. The second piece slips over the arm piece that sticks down and then sits down over these little tabs. It's then completely held in position, applying a solid combination of friction and mechanical pressure that further keeps everything in place as you tighten the screw mount. It's as effortless as it is innovative. Big points to Huanuo for iterating on something completely unexpected, where everyone else is just happy to do the same old basic clamps. Dropping the bottom arm into position, there's a small retention hex screw to ensure it won't come out as you raise and lower the rest of the arm. Similarly, the second part of the arm locks into position with its own hex screw. With both arms connected, this thing really has some height. Next, we need to connect the piece so that it will connect to the VESA mount. First, I need to loosen the arm so I can get this into position for the monitor. Using the same included hex wrench you saw earlier for the retention screws, I'm able to adjust the raise and lower function to place the monitor precisely where I wish. You can set the angle on this from negative 60 degrees to plus 15 degree tilt, spin a full 360 degrees, and set it to 90 degrees in either direction. You aren't locked to just one side or the other like you are with other monitor mounts. You can even have this arm reach a full 2 feet, 25.2 inches if you want to get specific about it, out towards you and have a full 18.5 inches upwards. Far more than you'd expect from an arm holding a full 34 pounds of hardware. When I say you can place this exactly where you want, I mean it. With the arm set, it's time to get the VESA mount system locked onto the back of the monitor. I wish I could say I had one of those sexy Samsung behemoths to showcase this with, but alas, I'm not made of cashy money. With 4 screws dropped in, you're going to need to use the longer ones if included due to the thicker mount. We have the lock system in place. Rather than just dropping onto the back and staying in place thanks to the weight of the device, this has a very easy to spot lock that sits completely flush when secured. There's no question that your expensive monitor is safe and won't slip free of the collar, even if you switch to a vertical mode, which obviously this supports. Let's slip this onto that collar. As you can see, I don't need to have a second set of hands for this. I can even do it while I'm filming, if that tells you how easy all this is. I'll also flip it from vertical to horizontal. As you can see, here's where I'm going to lock it to keep it in position. Now let's run the cabling up the integrated management system. The lower arm lets you run it through a small channel from the side. The second arm has a split design that slips the cable into the center. The channel is large enough to hold the power, a USB cable, and your DisplayPort or HDMI cable with room to spare. By the way, this base has an integrated USB 3 port, meaning you don't have to attach the ones behind your monitor, instead having access right at the bottom. Here it is, all put together. But I have a secret. I knew I'd love this thing before I even opened the box. How is that possible? Well, I'm already a big user of Huanuo's monitor arms. In fact, I've been purchasing their arms for years. They're literally the only ones I recommend. This particular one will cost you only $59.99 at the time of writing, so watch for those sales or grab it right now. How's that for an endorsement? If you're in need of a monitor arm, a multi-arm setup, or one of these heavier duty arms, you just have to nab them in the description below. I've been Ron Burke, Editor-in-Chief for GamingTrim.com. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.